Hi friends, this is Krishna Verma. I am an IELTS trainer and an English teacher as well. And in this video, I'll explain you the simple past tense in detail with some examples. And I'm sure you are going to enjoy learning this tense as I'll try to explain you this tense in a very simple and easy way. So please keep watching till the end. Well, before I explain you the simple past tense, in the previous video, I explained you the simple present tense in detail with examples. And I hope you have watched the video. And I'm sure after watching the video, you have started using the simple present tense in a correct way. And if you have not yet watched the video, please go to my channel and watch it. And I'm sure after watching the video, you will never make mistakes with the use of the simple present tense. Now, in many English proficiency tests, you are asked to talk about a topic which is sometimes in simple past tense, and students often make mistakes with the correct use of the simple past tense. So whether you are trying to take an English proficiency test or just want to improve your English to speak in your routine, you must understand the correct use of the simple past tense so that when you need to use this tense in your routine to speak and write, you use this tense without making any mistakes and with confidence. Now, let me give you the explanation of the simple past tense. So, we use simple past tense to describe an action that started in the past and ended in the past. In other words, we use simple past tense to talk about an activity that happened in the past. Now, when I say in the past, I mean that the activity can be a minute back, few hours back, few months back, or maybe some years back. And here, it is very important to note that the activity happened once in the past and is completely over. So, to talk about such activities, we use the simple past tense. Now, let us try to understand this with the help of some examples. I drank tea in the morning. She called me at 8 o'clock. We met yesterday. He studied for 2 hours. Rikin bought a new phone last month. We enjoyed the movie. They went to US last year. He sold his bike in 2010. She made Chinese food yesterday. You woke up late today. So, all these sentences are in simple past tense. Now, in simple past tense, to make the past forms of the verbs, we add D or ED to most of the verbs. Like, ask becomes asked, live becomes lived, like becomes liked, look becomes looked, smile becomes smiled, and talk becomes talked. Now, in simple past tense, when the verb ends with Y and there is a consonant before Y, we change Y to I and then add ED to make the past form. Like, try becomes tried, deny becomes denied, rely becomes relied, and satisfy becomes satisfied. In the same way, if the verb ends with Y and there is a vowel before Y, so to make its past form, we just add ED in the end. So, stay becomes stayed, play becomes played, enjoy becomes enjoyed, and obey becomes obeyed. Now, simple past tense becomes a bit trickier with the use of irregular verbs. And unfortunately, there is no general rule for how to form the simple past of these irregular verbs. And the only solution to it is you need to learn them. Let us try to understand some irregular verbs. Like, sing becomes sang, eat becomes ate, drink becomes drank, bring becomes brought. Let us try to make sentences with these irregular verbs. Like, she sang a nice song. He ate an apple. We drank tea together. You brought my book. So, try to make as many sentences as possible with these irregular verbs to get confidence. Now, let us try to understand the sentence structure or the sentence formation to make the sentences affirmative, negative, and interrogative for the simple past tense. Well, it's quite simple. To make the sentences affirmative in simple past tense, we use subject plus the past form of the verb plus the object. Now let us try to understand this with some examples. My friend wrote a letter last night. He lost his wallet yesterday. They went to market. I met my old friend last month. She made tea for us. So, all these are the affirmative sentences for the simple past tense. Now, Let us try to understand the negative sentence formation for the simple past tense. Now, if you remember in my last video of simple present tense, I explained you that to make the sentences negative and interrogative in simple present tense, we use the present forms of to do, that is do and does, with the main verbs. In the same way, to make the sentences negative and interrogative in simple past tense, we use the past form of to do, that is did, with the main verb. And here the sentence structure would be subject plus did plus not plus main verb plus the object. And if you are using the contracted form, then the sentence formation would be subject plus didn't plus main verb plus the object. Let us try to understand this with some examples. I did not go anywhere yesterday. She did not buy a new dress. We did not enjoy the movie. Hers did not drink tea. They did not return early. So all these are the negative sentences for the simple past tense. Now let us try to understand the interrogative sentences for the simple past tense. Well, again, it's quite simple. We start the sentence with did plus the subject plus the main verb plus the object, and in the end we put a question mark. Now, let me give you some examples for the interrogative sentences for the simple past tense. Did you go there? Did he complete his work? Did they inform you? Did she invite everybody? Did Rahul celebrate his birthday? So all these are the interrogative sentences for the simple past tense. Well, this is all about the simple past tense. Now, practice as many sentences as possible with regular as well as irregular verbs, so that when you use simple past tense to speak and write, you don't make any mistakes and use it in a correct way. Well, that's all for this session, and very soon I'll come up with some new topics. Now, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.